Should we start?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Hi guys, this is Christina and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm with my sister, my twin sister, Christine.
This gives me flashbacks.
When
to,
you did YouTube?
When I did my YouTube channel.
Yeah, basically she had a YouTube channel like 5 years ago.
And I used to force her to do videos with me. Like
we did the yoga
challenge.
Damn. Today we're gonna do like a general high school advice vid, just a casual one. And while we're doing that, we're gonna do this paint by number thing. I don't know if you guys know it, but basically we get these like paint palettes that have different numbers on them. It's not really focusing. But basically the image has like different numbers and you just paint the color because we both kind of aren't that good at art. So yeah, so it should be fun. And we're just gonna talk a bit about like our high school experience maybe.
Yep.
And advice we have for high school students.
Okay, when I was thinking back on my high school experience, I think definitely a lot of it when I reflect back is I put so much pressure all on the end goal of university. You know, I was always so focused on, you know, getting into university, what would look good on my applications, you know, doing these unpaid internships, which I definitely recommend doing, but honestly, like, if you're not interested in them, just like, don't take it, you know? Like, really do what interests you and makes you excited, because, for example, I'd be like, oh, you know, you need to do how many years of this and that, but like if I actually did enjoy it, you know, I wouldn't think about these things.
Yeah, I would echo onto that. We went to like an international school here in Singapore, and basically they offer like a lot of different activities and clubs, like service, sports, and anything that you can do in high school. And I definitely was I probably was a really annoying freshman, but like I was the type who would like want to sign up for like every single club and do every single thing. And I'm also a type to like not give up, but that's also like kind of bad because that would mean like when I started something, I didn't want to quit, even if maybe it didn't really interest me or anything. So there are some clubs that I devoted my time to for like 1 or even 2 years before like mustering up the courage to like actually like stop it and realize that like this is not something I want to devote my time to. So I think that like that's pretty important. I feel like there's this pressure, especially in our high school. I don't know about like other high schools, probably the same, to like do a lot of things and like to like people are always like, oh, you need to show consistency in your applications and everything, but like there's some things that like require that you should continue to like push on and devote your time to, but sometimes like when you just know it's not a good fit for you or something that like you're really passionate about, I think it's okay to like tell yourself that I'm gonna like stop doing this.
Or like if you see everyone doing this thing and you feel like, for example, for me, I was never in a varsity sports team and I always like felt like, you know, I needed to be in a varsity team or something. And like obviously my sister is like very into sports, and as much as I love exercise, I love dancing, and I occasionally like to run, but you know, I had so much like pressure on myself, even though that wasn't something that I was actually skilled at and stuff. So it's like, don't try to follow in another's footsteps, because there's always going to be someone that, you know, is going to be better than you. So don't try to like be someone else. Oh, and also like, okay, there's a balance between like taking, you know, really hard academic classes, but also like, for example, for me, I think for one of the schools that I applied for, like I decided to take an academic class over, for example, a class that I was actually interested in, like journalism or something, just because, you know, I was like, oh, more APs look good or whatnot. But you know, I think that colleges, universities, well, it's not even universities, but like, you know, a lot of high school students are caught up in taking this heavy load of academic classes. But I think it's good to balance it with
interest.
Like you did band, and I think that's like, you know, that's also,
and like I took higher level courses in subjects I was interested in.
Oh,
you know?
of course.
Like I know I wasn't as interested in like US government or like I took APUSH to challenge myself, and it was a really good course. So yeah, I guess just finding that balance.
push. I'm sorry, but that was whoa.
I guess just finding a balance between like rigor and also your interests.
Yeah,
I feel like,
yeah, that's important.
Yes. And kind of going into like social status kind of just now. I feel like going into like, I know middle school definitely
I realize I
surrounds-
haven't been looking at the camera because I've been so focused.
Oh,
on,
me
like,
too.
Oh no.
Definitely middle school had a lot of drama and like surrounded a lot on like
Oh my
social
gosh.
status, a lot of stuff like that. But I think that like when you get into high school, like especially freshman year, people come in with that same mentality. But like no one really cares in high school, you know? like people
True.
do care, but in the
You
long
realize that
run,
no one
it
cares.
really is not important at all.
Like everyone, it's like at the same time that I oftentimes, you know, like because in high school, in middle school, I dealt with a lot of friendship drama, a lot of comparison issues, and I feel like in high school, a lot of that, like, it's not like suddenly went away, but I feel like when it comes to high school,
people are more
everyone's
mature.
just
you know?
more mature, but also everyone's too busy caring about like their own thing, that like even if you thought that like, you know, people would care that much, but not really.
Yeah.
Like most of the time I was like stressing about my own thing, like, you know,
Yeah.
stressing about my next exam or
Yeah.
something.
So like definitely
don't let like the
focus on your own goals. I feel like focus on like what you want to do. Like it sounds kind of selfish.
This is so incredibly
But
hard.
like focus on strengthening your relationships, focus on discovering what passions you have, what things you want to pursue. Give yourself time to breathe and time to discover, you know?
Yeah.
Like don't go into freshman year thinking like I think I had like a 4-year plan of like courses I was going to take and stuff like that. And it didn't even end up happening, but like I was super like set on like doing pursuing this and everything, that I think I missed out on a lot of like things like social aspects.
Looking back at high school,
yeah,
that
looking
was
back
one
in high
thing
school.
that I definitely should have worked on. Like
What?
just having more fun.
Yeah,
honestly.
me too.
Man, like if I could just go back and like, especially with the COVID thing right now, it just makes you really like think about, you know, all those times that you could have had fun.
Yeah. Especially with like SSS being canceled. Like basically it's just like I planned a lot of my like going to senior year, definitely like first
Oh my
semester. I was
gosh.
like, oh, I can do all of these things second semester, you know,
yeah.
like I can go to all these places, hang out with all these people and stuff. And then it all got canceled, and I'm like, wow, like
Actually, me and my
during
friends
these
were like
4
that.
years, I haven't really done that much. you
Yeah,
know?
and like I realized that I pushed everything back, thinking, you know, like SSS like was gonna be like the prime time, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
me and my friends would always say like in first semester, senior
Yeah, we
year,
can do
we'd
that
just be
in
like, we can
second
do that.
semester,
but like
you
just
know?
don't, just like cherish like the time, because like what we've learned now is like cherish every single time. Don't try to like plan this for later.
I really valued the times in summer where I did internships. Because I
For
felt
sure.
like I definitely discovered like what kind of fields I wanted to go into, what kind of jobs I wanted to do, and kind of also like just get experience and get knowledge from people older than you. I feel like a lot of them are willing to share their stories and like their journeys.
Internships are so great,
And
honestly.
they were super valuable for me in my high school experience. So if you're able to, like, I know a lot of internships don't really take, a lot of companies don't take high school students, but I sent so many emails starting like February if I wanted to intern in the summer. And like if you're just enthusiastic and you like basically know what you're talking about, most of the time they do an interview just to like, if you show that you're passionate, hardworking, and willing to learn, I think a lot of companies will take you on. And don't expect to be paid
Yeah, don't
as
expect to be paid,
as a high school
honestly.
student, because like honestly you don't have that much, you don't have a degree or anything, so like
Yeah.
you don't expect it, but like some companies do pay you, which
It's
is like
like
really
take an
good, but-
internship where you feel like this might be a possible field of interest
yeah.
that you want to pursue, and I think it's a great learning experience. Even if you didn't like it, you could just use it as a learning experience.
Like
to
this is not
kind
a
of
field I
direct you
wanna go
towards
to.
whether or not you would want to maybe pursue something within the realm in college as like a job in the future.
Yeah. Honestly, like what made high school good for me, or like worth it for me, was like doing things that I loved, like whether it be like clubs like Global Issues Network, which I was part of for 4 years, and like I made good friends in it. I like actually cared about the cause that I was doing.
Oh, yeah.
Or like cross country, which was like cross country and track, which was literally like half of my life in high school. Like I devoted so much time to it, and definitely was like,
Honestly, for me, it was
it
like,
definitely took a lot of time, but like
I think-
definitely worth it.
yeah, I
like
think
the
I-
experiences, the friends I had. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, I keep cutting you off. Whoops. No, but I just meant like I wish I learned from you because, for example, for me, like a lot of my interests actually I didn't really do them in school. For example, like I loved singing, but I didn't really like join
Like
choir.
iPower.
Like yeah, like I should have, but I just let fear kind of like not allow me to do things. Or I wish maybe I pioneered something that I was interested in. You
What
know,
does that
like like for example, started a club.
Oh.
Not just like be a follower and follow everyone else,
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's something that you are interested in but it's not available, like
Yeah, definitely. Like
definitely, yeah.
find it out yourself.
Yeah.
Same thing with internships. If there's something you're interested in, there's nothing available, just like research it yourself, take online classes, like create a company even, like start a small business, like stuff like that is all things you can do. Like I feel like sometimes we underestimate like how much power and like potential we have as high school students, because you're like, oh, I'm not in uni, I don't have a degree or anything, but like you can do a lot.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Also, the relationships that you have with your teachers and those, really,
counselors, teachers, like
for me, like honestly, a lot of people might, for example, be scared to go to a counselor or those, but I like really, the counselors at my high school really helped me pull through high school.
they
Like
pulled through.
seriously, like I was really close with my school's college counselor as well as my personal counselor, and it wasn't because of school related things, but it was because I would actually be willing to be vulnerable with them, and
then
like-
if you like respect them and like put time and effort into making a relationship with them, then they'll be open to you too,
But I
Like,
definitely
teachers
had
are
my fair
humans.
share of like teachers that maybe
Didn't
like
care.
I didn't get along with or
Yeah.
stuff like.
But I feel like
it's all
those
part
one
of
or
it.
two relationships just make it,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hi guys, so we just started re-recording again because we reached the max time. But yeah, we're just gonna like continue. We're like nowhere. I'm nowhere with this painting. I think
Yeah.
it takes so long.
Honestly, it looks kind of horrendous.
Yeah. We'll show you the finished product, but it might be like a few days later or something. But yeah, honestly, like my biggest advice for high school is to like put yourself out there, like to believe in yourself and your abilities, to not be afraid to ask for help, to kind of just trust what you can do. And even if you can't do it and you fail at something, it's all a learning experience. And I know a lot of people say that, but I feel like especially high school, like you're not even in college or like in the working world yet, right? So even if you like don't succeed at something, it's not that big of a deal. Like, but if you do succeed, then you're like, oh, you found something that you're good at, or like found something that you're passionate about,
I guess.
So like not fearing other people's like judgment, not fearing like failure, is the biggest advice I would give for high school students.
For me, my biggest advice would be to go with the mentality that everything is a learning experience, whether that is academic or even if you have a conflict or some hardship that you face. Because for me, honestly, looking back at my high school, I had a lot of anger, a bit of resentment, and of maybe certain things that may have happened, or because I did go through a lot of transition in high school. It was very hard, but I think all of that now I take it as a learning experience that I can take with me when I go to university. So don't let anything stop you, and also that you're in control. Like oftentimes in high school you feel like everything is out of your own control, but you're in control of like how you react to a certain situation, like
Yeah.
a
I think
bad
that's
test
important.
grade, something. Like you can either let it make you or break you, I guess. Like
Yeah.
for me, that's something that I wish I kind of built more of my skills on, how to handle and react to adversity more productively.
Okay, so we're gonna end here, or else there will be too much footage for me to edit.
Yeah.
And we will show you our progress. It's really bad. When we said we were bad artists, we meant like we don't do art.
Like horrendous.
So I will show you my progress. I guarantee I will finish this and I'll show you guys later on. But this is my progress. Basically painted a few green lines and not even in the lines.
That is.
You want to show yours? Hers actually has multiple colors at least.
But then again,
So it's supposed to be a dog.
you
Mine's
can't
supposed to
even
be an
see
eagle.
it.
But yeah,
So funny.
thank you guys for watching this video. I don't know if it was just like a useless rant or if it was actually helpful. Hopefully like at least something you can take
Yeah.
away from this video. And yeah, feel free to DM us. I'll put our Instagrams here. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, and thank you guys so much. Bye.
Bye.